Hello, I'm Roger Felton, and over the past 17 years as a trading instructor and mentor, I discovered a surefire way to make money with auto trading systems. Just collect a nickel from every trader that said they wanted one. Well, seriously, the topic of auto traders is a common one in books, articles, and online trading forums, and it's for good reason. Most notably, among intraday traders, many lack the time or the skill that's required, and a great many have lost so much money that they no longer trust their own ability to make really common sense decisions. Whatever the reason, the idea of having your computer trade profitably for you is a compelling one. So let's talk a bit about the faults, flaws, and the fallacies of auto trading systems. There are several hundred auto trading systems currently being marketed, and most of them look terrific. The problem is the vast majority of them actually lose money, and many lose lots of it. Those that are profitable don't usually stay that way, and they all end up on the graveyard of dead systems and shattered dreams. Well, that's the bad news. The good news is that auto trading systems can actually meet and even exceed traders' expectations. But how? Well, first, don't expect to buy one. Anyone who actually created an auto trader system that consistently worked would never sell it because that would destroy it virtually overnight. Unless the price tag was at least seven figures, and of course that would be a bargain at that price. Realistically, to obtain and profit from a truly robust auto trading program, most traders would need to build it themselves. But there's another alternative, and that is to have someone provide you with the tools and the training that you need in order to build your own system, your own consistently profitable auto trading system. Right now, I'd like to call on Clint Hager, a student who knows trading so well that he became my co-moderator in the daily trading room. And also, along with him, we'll find Rod Armour. Rod is one of the most gifted programmers I've ever known, and he's the creator of our flagship software, Signal Pro. Now, Clint and Rod will give you a brief overview of the power, accuracy, and simplicity of the Signal Pro section that we call the Global Strategy. That enables you to actually teach it how to trade with flawless precision, and then watch it find trades, filter trades, and then execute them and manage them to completion. So let's bring them on for a step-by-step look at Signal Pro and the global strategy as we turn the mic over to Clint and Rod.
Hey, thank you, Roger. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Clint, and sitting next to me, here he is, Rod Armour. Hi, Rod.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Clint. Thanks, Roger, as always. And everybody's good to have you with us. We look forward to talking to you here.
Today we're going to show you some ways to advance the use and function of the Ninja strategy. We have the chart trader here, and we're going to take that off because Ninja, in its wisdom, realized that it did not want to have its strategy competing with the chart trader and wanted to make it the king of the chart. Okay, so let's take a look at the strategy section now. You see I've got a lot of customized strategies in here where I've taken Rod's standard strategy and built my own special needs to go along with that. The strategy as it comes out from, as it was released from Ninja, doesn't come with this little ATM override section. Rod built some nice standard options in here for us, and then he also added the ability to address the ATMs, to access the standard Ninja ATMs, which for most of our users has been an important, quick little way to get some standardization in place, being able to access the kind of ATMs that you and I would use on a daily basis. So you have that option in the strategies to use the built-in contracts up to 3 different sets of contracts, or allow the ATMs to take over. And for our demonstration purposes today, that's what I'm going to do, and allow the ATMs to take it. You can see all the adjustments we have here. Rod has built in one nice one that allows you to set maximum daily gain and loss, daily winners in a row, things like that, losers in a row. Several of the traders that I work with are uncomfortable when they have consecutive losers, as I am. And those consecutive losers often mean that you're doing something wrong, and maybe not the market is not responding that day, but you're not following your rules or something, and you can take a pause if you want during that. Build in a lot of functionality that makes this something that users have been able to suggest things to us like this, and Rod has responded and put them in. So let me do a quick little demonstration for you, and add in another of Rod's built-in sections here, which is the computerization, if you will, of some of Roger's tools and trading styles. And this is our Signal Pro product. I'm going to put a couple of signals on it and not spend a lot of time here with them, just get a couple going. And you'll see them pop up on the screen. There we are. And we'll send those signals to the strategy. To do that, we'll appear to the little global strategy section, send it. Global because Rod uses that to define things that we can send off a chart to someplace else. That'll become real important when we show you this global speedway option that really allows the strategy to communicate across charts. All right, so now you see there are signals will be popping up, and we've got a little indicator up here telling us that the Signal Pro is being sent on a channel here to our strategy. And let's take a moment and turn the strategy on. Little indicator down here telling us the strategy is armed. Now, if we want to see what's happening in the strategy, we've got to put a, the way this is set up, we've got to put a trade panel on here to see the actual trade. So let's take a couple of trades. SM is a momentum style signal, and you can see the first contract was taken off in a second. So here's the trade. Took the entry at the turn, 2 contracts, one each at 54. Took the first exit at 49. The stop began to move and came down and took the second exit here at 56. Now, as a trader, you might have looked at this and said, this was halfway down. That's a concept a lot of people use, and maybe I just want to go for 5 ticks there. Certainly, those are the kind of things that you can eventually program in, but this is just a simple strategy with a simple trail function. See if it'll take another trade here for you. There we go. There's an entry at the SM pushing through here, pushing through the high of the day, and boom, does the same thing. Strategy comes back and gets it. This is an interesting trade that one of our Felton trading students noticed one day, that you often got situations like this, and as you're noticing, the bars are unique, and these bars really lend themselves to the programming. The whole thing we've done here is put the Renko bars together, these sliding style Renko bars that Rod came up with several years ago. We had then students and ourselves looking at signals that execute and look really vibrant in this atmosphere of clean moving bars and bars that don't overlap, noise that is buried within a bar, many rule sets that people put together dealing with other types of charts that are time-based or transaction-based are built around an execution when a bar closes. But if you can't tell when a bar closes, it's very difficult to place your resting orders and limits and things in place to get in on events when they happen. But when you know exactly when a bar is going to close, in my trading view, in my trading experience, knowing the exact value that it's going to close at is better. At least it's been for me these last few years since I've been able to do that, than knowing approximately the time it's going to close. Remember all the sophisticated counters and things that people have to have on charts. Our bar counter is sophisticated, but it's sophisticated behind the scenes. And there they are, telling you where price is going to close short. If the bar comes down here and is going to close red, it'll close on that yellow line. If it's going to close green, it's going to close up here. And that is the power of some of these bars, trying to hide the noise for you. We can't change how the market moves, but we can display it in a way that hopefully makes it easier for you to use. The other two numbers here are just a 2-tick delta to give you some further hash marks on the playing field. So this is a quick look at a standard type of strategy, taking some signals, following the trade with a trailing stop, which can be done inside the strategy or with the ATM, either way you like. And now you see the little secret thing showing up at the bottom, and this chart has some lines on it. Let's back down here to just the bear chart and talk a little bit about what a trader's doing when he's trading. And for most traders, some controversy out there. Some people do use multiple charts. Here's a little multiple chart situation. I'm using a larger chart to keep me focused on the background market condition. What might that do? You notice at 1 o'clock in the morning, the oil market turns down, and at this close of a bar at 2:57 a.m. and this close of a bar at 8 a.m., it's actually changing direction here. That's the no man's land of maybe deciding where you want to go, what you want to do, but that's happening right in here on this faster chart. By faster, this chart closes more bars for a given amount of movement than this one does. So you'll see more bars during an event. This bar closing at 8 a.m. Here is 8 a.m. on our chart. As we see here, all this activity, 257 is right there. You guys can see the time at the very bottom of the screen, 257. This bar closes at 8 a.m., which is right here. Right here. That's wild how much movement that this larger chart pushes into this bar, which gives you a pretty good idea, doesn't it, that once this bar starts going up, that the market's going to start going up. Background market condition is something that my mentor began telling me early on. It took me a while to get a real comfortable hold on it. But here's the difference really between a higher resolution bar and a lower resolution bar. Now this chart is huge. It's a 50-tick change of direction. You see that 25 right there? This one is a 12-tick. These are maximums. 12-tick change of direction. So this chart here has to be able to change direction a lot faster than this one because it closes bars a lot faster. And you can see in this 50-tick, let's measure it exactly, 26 to the close of that bar is 74. Just what is that one? 48 ticks exactly, 2 ticks shy of 50, and that's within the band here. 25 plus 25 is the change of direction, minus 7, which is the step value of the bar size. So it could be as small as 43 and as large as 50. Typically they're, as evidenced by the wicks, they're on a chart this size, 45, 46, 47, 48, which fits our description here. But in that 48 ticks, or $480, you do have a lot of movement. And you notice we have a signal here, and we took those signals in our trading example of a couple of minutes ago to make some money within that movement. But if you're going to use something like this, multiple charts, it's kind of hard to run a strategy unless you have a way to communicate the information from the multiple charts to the strategy. We began looking for a way to do that, 7-8 years ago, and made several incremental steps, that each one better than the other, some taking a lot of machine movement. And what Rod finally hit upon was something we call a global speedway, which will take groups of indicators, individually of course, and send the condition of those indicators to another chart. It will send the bar color, the condition of the bar color, to another chart. And let's start that very simply, doing that right here. We'll take the global chart bar, and I'm going to send it to channel 9. There are 10 possible channels. Now I've got some others running, but this will be at the very top of it. And now I'll put the display on here. There are two parts of this. I kind of explain it to people like it's television station transmitting a picture. Channel 7 is transmitting its picture to everybody that's tuned to Channel 7. In this case, Channel 9, and Channel 9 was right there. Now notice that says BR 257. That's identifying the chart type, and BR, or bar type in abbreviations, identifying what it's sending. Now notice what happens here. It's sending the color of the bars. It's going to change and flash around a little bit, of course, but the bar dots are going to close based on when these bars close. Really a brainstorm, an overnight brainstorm that Rod had that was several years in development. But it, for me, it really changed the way that I trade. Now I send indicator conditions. In a second, we'll add a few. You can see there are more that I already have added on. But in its perfect world, what you would do with that is put it in the strategy. We have a section for it called Speedway Filter. And in the Speedway Filter, we have the ability to look at partial as well as complete colors. We can look at strength. There's a lot of other things, but to make it less complicated today, we'll just show you the one level. So now I will only take a trade if I have a value of 1. And the value of 1 is really simple. Green is a value 1 up, red is a value 1 down, and it's not going to get a yellow in the bar color, but that would be a 0, so it wouldn't take anything. Let's back it up, and do we still have that other chart here? Yeah, it's right here. Here are the trades that we took a few minutes ago, so I'm going to mark those with some arrows, and let's see if it'll take them again. We started, what, about 7 a.m., so I'll back up the data.
Mm-hmm.
Ninja, without replay, I wouldn't be a trader today. Without the ability to practice and look at things when the markets, are resting and you have time, especially if you're like many people who are migrating from one career to another, one business to another. I have the strategy. Oh, I didn't put the strategy on, so it's not going to take any trades. We'll make sure that it didn't erase things, and it did, so we're going to re-initialize. Oops, false. We want channel 9, so I'll mark that as permanent and mark this as permanent. And light the strategy back up.
All right.
Back ourselves up to 6 a.m. here. Oh, it took my marks off. I didn't think about that as I backed the chart up.
Right. Oops. Right.
Now notice it's red, so it'll only take trades that are in the short direction. Wasn't going to take that one then. And it's before 7 a.m. anyway. And you can see there's a little block and a green block there and a little text. Let me bring that to the surface. Well, I can't do it while it's running. But that's telling you that a 6-2 chart sent a signal and it was filtered out.
Yeah.
Our gold thing has filtered this signal out. And you see why it filtered out, because it wasn't red. Now I'm using the large chart here, so it's changing very slowly. Took this trade. So it's taken one of the 2 earlier trades that it took, and now this is the IB trade. Mm-hmm. So instead of having a 30 and a 30 and then a $170 trade, we have 2 trades in the up direction. And if we can call back the large chart here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll let it finish the trade for you.
All right.
This is such a pleasant thing. So we're $30 less, and that means we missed that first trade. But we didn't really miss it because this strategy didn't take it. And here we are. This is matching up. And the reason you have a red dot in here at 736 is that we had a red bar at the time this one closed. So this slow moving bar was down in here at 736, and it turned and went back up. So it's showing you the
Bar color.
the bar color at the time this bar closes. Not at this bar. It's taking a snapshot, a picture of it. Each time the bar closes, you notice that this one closed at 8:14, and there you go. We're changing color here, because even though this isn't a solid red yet, it's still down far enough that it's going to be sending a red dot out here saying, "Hey, I'm not red anymore." And if you get a short, then don't take it. So that's just one color, one chart. I'm going to add a couple more. Here is a chart with some unique vertical indicators. These are a series of moving averages that many people put on the rainbow type indicators and charts, but we decided to put them in here vertically. And you can, I'm sure I'm talking to a lot of traders here who are probably looking and saying, "Oh, your greens are together, time to go long. Your reds are together." There are actually 4 indicators here. 2 possible ups and 2 possible downs, and you see one of them is changing direction faster than the other. The orange and the cyan are together, and the violet and the green are together, and you can see the violet and green are changing at a different rate than the orange and cyan. And if you look down here to you can see their pattern. And in the case of this long right here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 that were green. In case of that long right there, we had 5 out of 5 that were green, and that was it, just those 2 trades. So let's add this, and they're already here. Boom. They just weren't being considered by the strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And we probably won't have time to show you much other else than this. So while I'm setting us up, Rod, if you wanted to describe anything, certainly we could.
Well, I think you're right. You're hitting the highlights here. You already discussed briefly the bars themselves. There, as Clint's pointing out, they show significantly different versions of the motion, and the advantage of this bar type is we're able to set it so that it gives this. It's sort of an illusion, but an illusion of that's very helpful for us of significant trends versus oscillating motion. So we're able to set it so that you can make the bars appear to show these long trends up, and then all the reversals get crammed placed into just the turn bars, and it gives us a better opportunity to see trending motion. So we use that to our advantage, and Clint's using it very much to his advantage here. Rod
noticed that many young, new traders, not necessarily young traders, but people young or new to trading, panicked when, in his studies of trading, panicked in time-based charts when you get a little bit of movement against you. Well, the standard is always close the bar. We decide what to do at the close of the bar, get in, get out, not do things. So Rod said, why don't we make the bars close when we want them to close? Rather than let them randomly close based on a clock or transactions, close the bars when price moves enough to make a difference. So what these bars really are price change bars. And for me, it makes it very easy to anticipate double tops that are broken right here by this IB, and much easier to see potential conflict points, confluence points where price comes together and is going to do something or has the potential to do something. And what it's meant for me, and these strategies help test it and prove it out, is I'm not chasing anymore. I'm able to see this coming and make a decision. Okay, if it goes through and I want it to go through 5 or 6 ticks, then I'll go long. If it doesn't go through and I get a signal short, then I've got some space here. I may take a short signal. So that's the point. Is the whole idea is being able to see things as they're forming. The strategy is reacting to market conditions, reacting to our speedway down here. We got the same sets of trades because I ran over the same ground here, but the overall point is you can anticipate, and when you use something like the speedway, and you see I'm actually putting another couple of secret little indicators in there. And let me bring one of those other charts up.
All right.
I've got an indicator coming from this chart, which is a channel indicator, and another tight channel indicator coming from this chart. And you can see those are 3-1 charts, and they're represented in those dot colors right there. Really, we don't have a lot more time to show you things today. I wish we did, because there's even another level of sophistication where we can send signals from multiple charts. The strategies that Ninja have designed in are a powerful tool for testing, evaluation, and in some cases for trading. Once you prove that they work and prove that your signals and the conditions of market that you're using to enter are proper. And when you add things to them, like a speedway, a set of remote filters from other charts, or even filters from this chart, we can have up to 10 of them on this chart, and we can even make a signal from a filter combination. Putting all those things together really unleashes the power of Ninja's strategy engine. I hope you get a chance to use it. Thanks for listening to us today, and I'll say so long.
Yep, same here, guys. We look forward to having you in the room, and Clint's done a masterful job here of using the tools that we provide. So please join us in the room and see Clint do more with them on a daily basis. We look forward to seeing you then. And Roger, back to you. Thanks again, guys. See you soon.
Hey, thanks, Clint. Thanks, Rod. Good job. Although it trades automatically, we don't refer to the Global Strategy Program as an auto trader, because auto traders are associated with black box systems, and that's where you don't have a clue what it's doing or why it's doing it. And you certainly have no control over the massive drawdowns of black box systems. With Global Strategy, you know exactly what it's doing, and you know why, because you taught it everything it knows. Or maybe you used one of the many preset templates that are built into it. The concept and the mechanics of the Global Strategy might seem totally new to you, and perhaps might even seem complicated, but it's really not. Anyone can learn how to use it in a day or two, and actually be surprised at how basically simple it really is. If having total control over your trading system makes sense to you, and you'd like to learn more, we'd like to invite you to spend a week with us in the Felton Trading Room and learn how we trade, how we manage to average a 4-figure daily goal with just 2 contracts, actually learn what we do and why, and answer every question that you can think of. We have no secrets. You can register by going to the FeltonTrading.com website and clicking on the registration icon on the home page. And as you can see, we have a lot to offer traders seeking daily guidance and a lifetime of 7-day-a-week assistance at no additional charge. With one free visit, what you'll learn will make you a better trader. And it can go a long way towards providing the knowledge that you're going to need in the event that you decide to build your own trading system. Well, hey, thanks for watching, and please feel free to contact me, Roger, at FeltonTrading.com, for a personal one-on-one conversation and detailed answers to any questions that you may have. We hope to see you in the Felton Trading Room soon. And a special thanks to Traders World Online Expo. Be sure to visit them. It's a valuable trading resource that you don't want to miss.